Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve. Come on in, one and all. It is live stream Monday night. I think my voice is still a little hoarse from all of the cheering I was doing last night. The official beginning of week number 4 for Trump. Who's tired of winning? Not I, especially those of us in the Philly area. Go Birds. This is absolutely incredible. We're literally winning everywhere. Or the flip side of that, Taylor Swift is losing everywhere. It's the golden age, so she's a loser. We're the winners. And here in the greater Philly area, we're having a blast. I went to my doctor's today, so I'm wearing my green. I went to my doctor's just for a yearly physical, and my doctor's wearing green as well. It's just so much fun. As we do every Monday night, we'll be here live on YouTube for about 10 minutes or so. We got so much to talk about, but we're going to do that by moving the discussion over to our exclusive censorship-free virtual platform. So if you want to join us over there for some sweet fellowship and scholarly discussion, just scan that QR code on the screen there, or you could click on the link below in the description. For a very small monthly fee, you can have access to tons of stuff, our exclusive Q&As, exclusive content, exclusive conversations and meetups, and to get access to all of our exclusive offers. So click that link or scan that QR code to become a member of our Courageous Conservatives Club, where thousands of us gather together each week to restore the pillars of faith, family, and freedom as we usher in a new conservative age. I want to begin tonight by taking you back just a few short months ago down memory lane to October of 2024. Now, in October of 2024, CNN was doing their best to try to convince you that Kamala Harris was the single most popular human being on the planet. It was a miracle. It was an absolute miracle. Something happened between her time as the most unpopular, mocked and ridiculed vice president of modern politics to when she was anointed through a thoroughly anti-democratic process of appointment. When she was anointed the Democrat candidate for president of these United States, something happened in that transition. Miraculously, Kamala Harris suddenly became the single most sought-after superstar that has ever walked God's green earth. At the same time, CNN was telling us that the Trump campaign was reeling. They couldn't find their footing. They couldn't find their messaging. They didn't know how to handle this superstar. They were stumbling. They were bumbling. They were a mess. It was Kamala who was running the single greatest presidential campaign in the history of campaigns. That was what CNN was trying to sell you back in October of 2024. But at the same time, the Trump campaign was absolutely laser focused at the time on getting aid and food and water and relief to the victims of Hurricane Helene, most particularly those in Western North Carolina, whose lives were literally torn to shreds by the storm at the end of September. You all remember how FEMA responded, or how FEMA failed to respond, because we found out that they ran out of money. And why, pray tell, put it in the chat. Why did FEMA run out of money? Who remembers? It wasn't that long ago. Late September 2024. Why did FEMA run out of money? Because it turns out they spent the vast majority of it on housing illegal migrants. You all remember that, right? Here is CNN's Dana Bash, the one when she interviewed Kamala, gave her multiple choice questions, multiple choice answers in her questions to choose from. Yeah, that Dana Bash. Here's CNN's Dana Bash basically accusing Laura Trump and the Trump campaign of lying about what FEMA did. Take a look.
In Western North Carolina are screaming for help, and it's having to come from local citizens. People from my hometown of Wilmington are driving across the state 6 hours to go to the mountains and help people.
It is bad.
It is the federal government. Why are they out of
it? It is bad there, but my question is about the misinformation, particularly the notion that they are moving money to migrants, to, you say, undocumented migrants, which FEMA says flatly is not true. And if people are not getting correct information, then they can't go for assistance as they have been asked for. I just want to quickly play with Senator Tom Tillis.
Let me just say for 1 second.
Go ahead.
You have migrants being housed in luxury hotels in New York City. We have paid so much money from our tax dollars into the crisis that didn't need to happen. We could redirect money to help people immediately on the ground in North Carolina.
Laura, they're saying that they have
probably going to have a situation coming up in the next several days.
That's a separate tranche of money.
That's a separate tranche of money. Misinformation. That's right, Laura. We're very concerned about all the misinformation that's coming from the Trump campaign, because if people are listening to this misinformation, then they can't get the help they need. So there's CNN. And by the way, we have yet to find out how much USAID money they got to spread pro-status propaganda, but we'll find out. But there's CNN doing what CNN does best. They put the political right on the defensive, all the while defending the political left. They put the right on the defensive, all the while defending the political left. That is CNN in a nutshell. All political trust and confidence is vested with the Democrats, whereas Republicans are repugnant. They lie, they mislead, misinformation. All so that their evil plans to destroy democracy could somehow win the day. That, in a nutshell, is CNN. Everything woke, everything left-wing, everything liberal is always defaulted to the moral high ground, and any challenge to that high ground by Republicans is treated with disdain and dismissal and derision. Every CNN panel, every CNN segment, every CNN interview, that's the pattern. Put the right always on the defensive, all the while defending the left. And in the process, they have become the single most distrusted name in fake news. They flat out lie, and that is exactly what you just heard. We've got the receipts. Take a look at this. This is insane. This was just discovered today. FEMA did indeed pay New York City $60 million, $59 million, to house illegal migrants at luxury hotels. And to make this payment even worse, the money was sent out last week in defiance of President Trump's executive order freezing all FEMA funds. This is what Elon tweeted out earlier today. The Doge team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Sending this money violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds. What do you say to that, Dana? Is that just more disinformation coming from somebody who actually is seeing the databases of the money that's going out? Is that some more misinformation coming from those wascally Republicans? After being made aware of this today, FEMA's director just announced that the payments have been halted immediately and that those responsible for sending out the payments last week will all be fired. In fact, it's being reported that it's the Department of Homeland Security that will be firing everyone involved in defying a direct order from the President of the United States. They are now seen as a security risk. This kind of insubordination, again, keep in mind, with your tax dollars, is not going to be even remotely tolerated. Now, obviously, this is just sick. And you can be assured that the more people who learn about this, the more the entire federal system of slush fund agencies is going to go the way of the dodo bird. And to the extent that the Democrats have doubled down on defending this waste, fraud, and abuse, let that hit you. To the extent that the Democrats are defending this waste, fraud, and abuse, defending FEMA sending tens of millions of dollars to house illegal migrants who shouldn't even be here in the first place, in defending USAID sending tens of millions of dollars to pay for Iraqi Sesame Street, all the while people in North Carolina who've lost everything continue to suffer. I promise you, this is a recipe for the total annihilation of the Democrat Party. If everything woke turns to dung, to use the King James Version, I can assure you the Democrat Party itself will be the ultimate dung. To make matters even worse, we just got word that USAID has been funneling hundreds of millions of dollars into not just legacy media outlets like Politico, AP, New York Times, and the like. They have been funneling hundreds of millions of dollars to worldwide media through what's called the Internews Network. Now, the Internews Network was originally set up to broadcast news into Eastern Europe during the Soviet Cold War era. It has since turned into just over 4,000 media outlets around the world that, again, do nothing else but pump out left-wing and pro-Democrat propaganda. We've all heard how USAID was funding the BBC. I've seen it a bit. I tried to find verification of this. I did not find it before our broadcast. I've seen it on Japanese public television. Well, their channel NHK. That's basically the Japanese version of the BBC, their own NHK. When I'm in Japan, I watch Japanese broadcasts, cover American news, and gang, it's literally like they took talking points coming straight from the DNC. Everyone in Japan thought Trump was going to lose in a landslide because the NHK was reporting that Kamala Harris was the single most popular presidential candidate in the history of our lifetimes. So I can't confirm that NHK got funds like this as well, but it certainly looks like they do, because when all is said and done, this whole media industrial complex is just operating with government backing. Taxpayer dollars are funding basically election interference under the guise of democracy promotion. It's absolutely insane. The beauty is we're crushing them. There's nothing they can do about it. I know we've got some rogue judges out there, but come on over to the other side of our broadcast here, and I will show you what's really going on with those rogue judges. You're going to absolutely love it. Yeah, go for it, Micah. What do we got? I think we got a really cool little announcement for everybody.
Yeah, we have early bird pricing has opened for our Golden Age Summit event. I believe, Steve, you have some of the details. I sent it over to you.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, if you can find them. But basically, we have this QR code, and while Steve tries to find the ad read with all the information, we have a link below and a QR code that you can scan on the screen and join us for our Golden Age Summit. Of the details we will be hearing shortly, but we've been kind of teasing this over the past month and a half, getting ready. And so we're just so excited to host this event for you guys and to get as many of you possible to register for it. Early bird pricing only $7. So if you can scan that QR code or click the link in the description, if you're on Rumble, YouTube, that link is in the description, and you can join us with that early bird pricing of only $7. So
yeah,
Steve,
February 27th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. It's online, and we're going to explore how to take advantage of this new golden age and position yourself for opportunities to thrive like never before. It's a 90-minute event. Again, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your own couch. And my special guests are going to reveal some secrets for how you and your family can prosper in this new and exciting era. Do not be a spectator in this amazing moment. This is historical, and we want everyone to get involved and to make the most of faith, family, and freedom through this summit. So spaces are limited. Don't wait. Register now. You got that QR code there. Secure your spot with some early bird pricing, only $7. You're going to absolutely love it.
Awesome. Well, we made it through the Golden Age Summit ad, and we are so excited to get to the actual Golden Age Summit. And thank you guys so much for joining us for our Monday night Q&A. If you would like to join us in our private live stream that we will be flipping over to very shortly, you can scan that QR code and join us, or go to fight.turleytalks.com/Monday-QA, and you can join us every Monday night, where we have exclusive uncensored Q&As with Dr. Steve. You can ask any question you'd like. If you click the link below or scan that QR code, you can ask as many questions for only a small monthly subscription or an annual subscription. And that's kind of an alternative to the super chats that we have now that our channel has been remonetized in the new golden age. Everything is amazing. The Birds win. They beat the crap out of the Chiefs. It's, I didn't quite believe we were in the golden age. And then I watched that Super Bowl last night, and I was so happy.
Awesome.
Top five nights of my life, probably. But yeah, join us in our uncensored Q&A. And we're going to have some of those questions shortly. It's an alternative to the super chats, as I was mentioning, but you don't have to pay per question. You just pay per month or per year. So without further ado, we'll get to some of those questions that you guys have for us. I'm seeing some super chats. Maybe we can start off with those so you guys can get those answered before we switch off of YouTube. So I'm seeing a question from James. The Democrats screamed that we didn't vote for Supreme Court members, but they used a judge I didn't vote for to stop Musk, who was hired by the president I voted for.
That's a brilliant observation, James, and they certainly used Anthony Fauci to basically run the nation. And you last I looked, you didn't vote for Anthony Fauci, you didn't vote for the CIA, you didn't vote for the FBI, you didn't vote for any, you didn't vote for USAID. So it's an absurd. Again, they're doubling down on democracy absurdity. It didn't work for them in October. It's not working. In November. It's not working for them now.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Like Scott Jennings said, with the 80-20 issues, that they're all reflexively jumping on the 20. And it's almost as if you find out more USAID is funding. The Democrats are like, but wait, why would you want to defund that? It's like, well, we didn't know we were funding it in the first place. We didn't know that happened.
Right, exactly.
That. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's just this weekly unfurling of the rubber band ball. Johnny the Whiz Kid asks, can you also explain where the U.S. will get the money for the economy if Trump succeeds in eliminating income tax? How will this work out?
So as I understand it, it would be primarily through tariffs and T-bills. That's the way I'm understanding. So tariffs, he said he could raise trillions of dollars on tariffs, so that you're basically paying, if you're a foreign nation, you're paying for the privilege of having access to this massive multi-trillion-dollar economy that by far spends more for goods and services than any other economy in the world. So that would be how we would raise money. And also T-bills, the way, the treasury bonds. When you are the default currency, we still are, and it looks like we're going to be, with the strength now of the dollar and the end of Biden's weaponization of the dollar. Countries have incentive to dump their excess dollars in treasury bills, because to translate them into their indigenous currency means losing money, basically, in that transference. So they dump their money by buying up bonds. Now, it is debt. Technically, it is debt. But that's how the United States government more or less gets funded right now. It's not primarily through taxes. It's through T-bills. But if you get rid of the taxes and then start taxing nations through tariffs, then that combination should be enough, according to Trump, to fund the government easily and then enable Americans to get more wealthy than ever.
We have a follow-up question from Johnny the Whiz Kid. Again, thank you for the $5 on both of these questions, Johnny. If Trump eliminates income tax and the IRS, please, can I avoid the 20% tax penalty if I withdraw my 401k? Otherwise, who can I call to talk to about that?
No, I would talk to an accountant, because they're supposed to be up on the latest tax law, or a tax planner. But no, as I understand it, if there is no IRS, there is no one to collect that 20%. So, but check it. He hasn't done it yet, right? So, but no, you would not be paying. Income tax would be gone. That's a form of income tax because you're paying money on your 401k. So, yeah, that would be gone. It's astonishing to even think of.
Yeah, great question, Johnny. Lord Voldemort, he who must not be named, $5. Thank you so much, Steve. What do we do about these damn liberal judges getting?
All right, we're going to talk more about this on the other side of the break. We ignore them, and that's basically what Trump is doing. And I'll give you a little bit of a insight on how he's doing that. But right now, this is almost comparable to the Colorado Supreme Court knocking him off the ballot. It's just, they know. It's literally like watching a chess match, and one of the players knows he's got you checkmated, and you just don't know it yet. But there is no move. It's going to take several moves to finish the game, but he's got you trapped. He knows it, and there's no move you can make that will avoid that fate. And that's where the Democrats are right now with these rogue judges. Is they've actually, and I'll show you on the other side of the break, they've actually he's checkmated him, and there's nothing they can do. Literally nothing.
Great question, Lord Voldemort. Yeah, join us on our uncensored live stream. Instead of asking $5 per question, just join our membership, and you can come to every single Monday Q&A. Just pay like $5 to $10 a month. You can ask as many questions as you like and see what Dr. Steve talks about on our uncensored platform, which this question kind of lends itself towards an uncensored platform. So we can't wait to see you over there, Lord Voldemort. Keith B with just $10, no question. That's great too. Man. Thanks, Keith. We appreciate it. James P. The Democrats scream that we didn't vote for Supreme Court members. Oh, wait, that we already did that one. Well, thanks again, James P. I don't think we thanked you for the $10, so thank you. Angela, off subject. Congrats, Philly. Super Bowl 59. Fly, Eagles, fly. What a great
Fly, Eagles, fly, man.
Super chat, I believe. Before we head on over to
what is it? What was it? What was the mayor? Come on, everybody. EGLEEES.
Yeah, I saw Brandon Graham do that cheer at the end. He was like ELGSES or whatever she said. No, I'm gonna do it for real. It was great. It was awesome. They all love the illiterate mayor.
My son's in Pittsburgh, and I tweeted that out to him after the win, and he said, "Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb in the box, is she?" Yeah. I said, "Yeah, that's one way of putting it." Yeah,
it's tough.
She's a little slow, I think he put it. Yes.
You just say "Go Birds." It's a lot easier.
Go Birds. Go Birds. BYAR.
There's an X in there. C. I don't know. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you, Angela, for that. Awesome. Well, we are going to have our transition over. We have about an hour left to answer all of the our club members' questions. So I know they're very excited for that exclusive time with Dr. Steve. So why don't you guys, all 5,000 people, all 5,000 to 6,000 people watching right now, why don't you join us over there? Click the link below. or scan that QR code and join us on the Uncensored Q&A platform we have every Monday. We get into some of the uncensored topics and content that we would love to talk about here, but we can't, even though we're remonetized. You know, guys, we don't want to get demonetized again. So join us off platform, and we will see you all over there in 30 seconds.
Love you.